Hey Double O's, Blake over at Bond Life Chicago with another Double O fight breakdown. Today, a view to a kill in the house fight scene between Bond and several would-be attackers. This fight is what it is. The movie is what it is. There's some comedy in it. The fight itself isn't that great, but there are some good moves. A lot of basic strikes here, some karate-style blocking and striking. More's always good for some of that, but again, you kind of, as we get into it, we're going to see some comedic value to it that I really just don't care for. But it is a Bond fight, so we're going to do a Double O fight breakdown, of course. Again, so some basic strikes, some karate style strikes. Bond is kind of snooping around this house at first, and Stacy catches him, and she's got him at gunpoint by a shotgun. As they're in that upstairs bedroom, and Stacy's got him at gunpoint, Bond notices a shadow or another subject kind of walking on the balcony outside. And as he notices that, he jumps to action. He grabs the shotgun from Stacy and he turns and he shoots at the window as the one attacker is kind of walking in. He shoots him once. He kind of follows up and he runs out to the window and he shoots him again, knocking that attacker off the balcony. Now, as he turns now to kind of be like, what's going on with that? He sees another person kind of roaming the upstairs through the bedroom door. And as he goes to try to address that person, a third attacker actually just kind of jumps out in the doorway at him. And he's got a handgun and he's got it pointed at Bond. Bond's able to use the shotgun as basically like a blunt object. And he knocks that attacker's arm away. And as he knocks it away with the barrel of the shotgun, the gun goes off. Bond follows that up, so he went here, and then now he follows it up with the butt stock of the gun, a hard wooden stock on a shotgun, and he hits that attacker in the face with it, knocking him back and actually knocking him off of the upstairs balcony through the little barrier there, and he grabs onto the chandelier and he's hanging onto the chandelier. Bond runs out of the bedroom, pumps the shotgun again, and shoots that attacker off of the chandelier, falls to the ground. As Bond's kind of calculating everything and he's seeing what's going on, another attacker runs in through the front door and is running up the stairs. Bond does an awesome tactical roll, turns on a knee, shoots that attacker that's running up the stairs, down the stairs, and he's going to go and he's going to address that some more. And at this point, he's looking, and the person he just shot kind of just sat up. There's not even really any blood. There's a little bit of redness, but it's, what is this loaded with? Of course, Stacy helps him out. It's loaded with rock salt, so not going to do much good. And, Roger Moore's Bond, as he does, now you tell me, because again, she just had it pointed at him a little bit ago and trying to scare him. But now Bond's like, oh, well, this gun's practically useless. But before he can even ditch it himself, the one attacker, classic 80s fashion, has got a chain as a weapon, and he whips the chain towards Bond, and he wraps up the barrel of the shotgun. He's able to pull it away. Now the shotgun's gone. It's on the floor. It's kind of knocked away. But Bond's not going to stop there, so he jumps off of the remaining stairs that he's at there, and he gives that same attacker with the chain a straight punch with the right. And then he follows that up with, right after that, he gives him a good up kick with his right leg to the face. So a punch to the face and then an up kick to the face, knocking that attacker down. But as that's happening, one of the other attackers is kind of trying to grab onto Stacy a little bit and wrestling with Stacy, and Bond goes to address him. As he does so, the attacker goes and he throws like a big right hook, and Bond does a good job. He blocks that, and then as he blocks it, he throws a combo, and he throws a straight right, punching him in the face, and then he throws another one or two straight rights, basically knocking this attacker back as he's punching. He's following up with punches. Here's where it gets a little bit comical. Starts to lose me a little bit, because at that point, besides maybe the chain and the rock salt, we're doing okay with the fight. But they get close to a vase, however you want to pronounce it, and Bond just instinctually knows it's important. So as he's punching this attacker back and it kind of bumps the little podium that this vase is on, is going to knock the vase down, and he catches the vase. And then now he's trying to fight with this person. At the same time he's holding on to it, he throws a backhanded left punch to kind of knock the guy away, and he puts the vase back down on the platform. It's good to go for a time being. From there, he turns, and the other attacker that he had already addressed once runs up, and he tries to throw a punch at Bond, and Bond's able to block that one and wrap it up and kind of trap that arm there. And as he traps it, he throws a right-handed chop to the neck, knocking that attacker down. That's another pretty effective strike, chopping somebody either like the neck or even like the trap area with like the knife edge of your hand. That's a good strike, good defensive strike. Chops that away, but as he's addressing that person, the attacker he was just fighting runs up behind him, and he kind of grabs him, and looks like he's giving him more of like a bear hug or grabbing onto his arms and just kind of keeping Bond stuck like this. Obviously, if you got multiple attackers, that's a bad way to be, because your arms are trapped. You can't defend your face or your stomach, and they can just pound you. That attacker that he had just hit comes back up to him to try to start punching him and take advantage of his buddy holding on to him. And Bond does a good job defending himself. He does an A-frame kick. So again, as I've said in previous fight breakdowns, think your legs are standing like this, which looks like an A, and you kick right up the middle there. Pretty effective on most people. So he gives that A-frame kick, and then now he's kind of stuck, and he's just trying to shake this person off. And again, he grabs onto the vase because they bumped into the podium that it's on again. And now Bond's holding onto the vase while his arms are trapped, and he's trying to get this guy off of him. He does a good job here, again, with multiple attackers. You try to stack them so that they can't attack you at the same time. And as the one person's approaching him again that he just kicked, he does a good job of turning so that the attacker that's holding on to him, actually, his body bumps into him and knocks him away, so that again, that attacker's gone. Again, he's still struggling to get away from this guy. This guy's a little bit bigger than Bond is, so maybe he's able to hold on to him. And again, here's some more comedy. Stacy grabs the vase from Bond, and ultimately at some point in time is kind of through with this fight herself, and says, what the hell with it. And she cracks that attacker that's holding Bond in the head with the vase, breaking it over his head, knocking him down. And then for whatever reason, it's a 3-on-1 fight with all these attackers, but that vase in the head is the final straw, and they say, whoa, we got to get out of here. And just randomly, all three of these attackers just get up. The one's still outside from the balcony and hasn't even tried to re-engage in the fight. And they all run back to the car and hightail it out of there. Again, there are some good parts of this fight that I do like. I tried to point those out as best I could. There's also some parts that I don't like. I think those are pretty clear too. Hopefully you guys like this fight breakdown. It is the 40th anniversary of A View to a Kill, so have to do what we have to do. As always, if you're serious about self-defense and martial arts, please find a gym in your local area. It's a great way to stay safe, great way to stay fit, and a great way to bring a little bit of Bond in your everyday life. See you guys soon.